Hey, Dr. Von Duke here. I want to talk a little bit about Rubric 7, and this is a question on task 2. And this is it's question 4 on task 2, making it Rubric 7, in case you're a little confused about all those numbers. I hope that links them together. So the way Rubric 7 is scored is you get a 2 if the student is participating, but there's not much engagement. A 3 if there's vague links to the student's prior learning, some explicit strategies to maintain their active engagement towards learning goal. And if this is kind of repetitive strategy, that's typically a 3. And then a 4 links prior learning to new learning in detail. There's explicit strategies to maintain engagement, and the pacing is good, and often the student is leading that pacing, and there is personal, cultural, family, or community assets, one of those, not all of those, included in the ways that you're maintaining engagement with your students. So the understanding the rubric learning progressions looks at active engagement as hands-on learning and application of something that you're teaching the student, you're asking them to do, or reciprocal interaction. So you're asking questions back and forth with the student. And you can have links to prior learning that include prior learning processes, like how to use a graphic organizer or other supports, or to the content itself. So prior learning can be about using supports or the content. So I want to just show you a non-example of answering this question. Here's several different types of answers that I've seen over time. I use constructive feedback, praise. I had high expectations and clear goals. That's great attitudes to have towards your student, but it doesn't show the student being active. I set clear learning goals. I modeled what to do to be motivated. Now, had this person modeled what to do and then the student did that, that would be an application of teacher instructional strategy, and then you would see that student actively engaged in that. And the great thing about modeling, remember, when you use modeling, it's not just about doing the thing and the student does it. It's about you making explicit your thinking process where it applies to the student, so they know how they should be thinking as they're working their way through it. The student demonstrated their learning with thumbs up and thumbs down. That's active, but it's not around the learning. It's around how the student feels about their learning, which may or may not be accurate. And also it's not active engagement in the learning. It's engagement in their feelings about the learning. And then I asked the students to put down all their materials and put their eyes on the board. Well, again, that's you're motivating the student to participate, but that's not engagement in the learning. It's engagement. It's pushing for participation or pushing towards a behavioral end, but it's not pushing for a content end. So I hope that helps as you're answering question 4 on task 2, which is rubric 7. These are sometimes hard things to differentiate, and I look forward to seeing you around at the next one.